Action.
Hey guys, welcome back to Manhattan's Voice. This is Manhattan's Voice. I am Nicole Miranda.
My name's Julian West.
My name is David Gustavo Contreras.
And this week we have a couple things for you. But first, before we start with that, we are going to start with our usual weekly updates. So how's everybody doing? Julian, go first.
And you.
And you.
It's like popcorn.
So there's a lot going on. Working with the newspaper.
Shout out to Manhattan's
Keeping
Manhattan Globe.
Manhattan Globe, thank you. Keeping this podcast running. We're training new people to hopefully start editing soon.
Yes.
Bringing more people on board.
You know who you are.
We are planning for our next interview.
Ooh.
And like for me, classes, I'm working on a project that's due next week. That David also needs to work on.
Yes, I shall eventually.
And that's going pretty well. I think I'm stressing myself out with it because I'm holding it to an insanely high standard that it really doesn't need to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess I'm going to get a good grade on it. So
I guess
it's
I
fine.
guess it helps to be perfectionist, but it also must be exhausting.
It's very exhausting, extremely. But
I'm so sorry for you.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not,
do it to
but
myself.
In the long run, it'll work out for him.
I do it to
know,
myself. I don't know,
Just
but
kidding.
I'm just losing sleep over here. You know.
Hey, bro. Hey, on the other side of the spectrum, we ain't getting too much sleep either, so trust me.
You right. I feel
We ain't sleeping much on this side, my man.
sleeping. Whoever's sleeping, they
yeah.
lucky.
But yeah, just been working on that project. Been doing a lot of writing. Like this semester for me is a lot of like script writing and coming up
True.
with concepts for potential like final films or projects that I want to work on. So a lot of writing so far. That's going pretty well. This past Friday, I went to the global climate strike that happened downtown. We'll talk about that a little later.
Foreshadowing there.
But that was amazing. I am definitely like accepting the part of me that wants to be a climate change activist. Like I'm embracing that, and
Okay, good.
it's
We
awesome.
We support.
Yeah, that's pretty much how my week has gone. I walked a lot and screamed to the heavens so that these corporate monsters can change their ways. Hopefully.
What do they say?
We'll
No
get back
reply
to
yet,
you.
but yeah.
Left you on red?
Yeah, they left me on red.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
As they usually do, you know, just counting their money in their offices.
We can't hear you over the rifling of our dollar bills.
But yeah. It's been a busy week, but pretty good one. Yeah.
Okay. And David, how you doing? How you doing?
Like Julian, I'm sleepy too. I'm gonna kind of just flooded with work. I lost in fantasy football this week again, which that wasn't very awesome.
Oh, can you say your mom's fantasy team name again?
Oh, it's Saquon to no one. She beat me by 3 points, dude.
Damn,
For
your
those-
own mother.
Mother,
For those who don't know,
Yo.
Saquon Barkley is a Giants football.
running back.
He's a running
star
back.
with
Yeah.
thighs like an ox.
Thank you guys for
He's-
informing me because I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to say the other day when I was laughing to Nicole for thinking Bill de Blasio was a football player, I thought that Bernie Sanders was Barry Sanders the first time I heard of him, who was the running back for the Lions. I thought, wow, good for Barry Sanders. He's running for president.
Oh my
Right on,
God.
go. Good for Barry Sanders. Then someone told me, so not that Barry Sanders? Oh, Bernie Sanders? Okay, gotcha.
Oh my gosh.
I can't make fun of Nicole anymore for that because
I still can, but
I thought
okay.
Barry Sanders was running for president. But yeah, lost in fantasy and work. Oh, dude, yesterday at work, 2 shoeboxes fell on my head, and I got a little bruise on my head. That kind of,
Yikes.
I was furious. I almost tore down the whole.
like from the like
Yeah,
the
because I
shelf.
was by myself and nobody saw me, but I was just like, oh gosh, oh man, where did this boss come from?
So who let it go?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just sleeping from work, school, but I mean, hey, this is what we asked for, right?
Yeah,
And you know,
we've been waiting for this. So.
put me to work. So hey,
Oh yeah.
you know, if I win in fantasy next week, then maybe I'll feel a little better. But you know,
How much
That's
you
just like
get,
an
$2?
indicator for your mood.
no, I get more. I mean, if I win like a couple hundred. It's like a $50, no, $20 or $50 buy. I don't know. It's like $200 or $100.
Oh, so like you put money into that?
Yeah. What do you think? I play for fun? No.
I thought
I worry about
Your
this.
mom
I
does
put
that?
money in. Yeah, it's like a family
Dang.
thing.
okay, that makes more sense then
Yeah, no,
as to
yeah.
why it's stressful.
Yeah, it's stressful, man,
My
because
family
players are
doesn't
getting
have
injured and stuff.
family dinners.
No, because we do it with our family in Florida too.
Oh, so it's like a family pool.
It's a 10-person league, and I'm in 7th right now.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
1 and 2.
well,
Hooray.
season just started, so
Yeah, but not a good start. One
Oh,
and
that's-
2 is not a very good start.
That's so cute that like all your family is.
Yeah,
like,
well, I'm trying to
involved.
crush them all.
Even your mother?
I'm trying to obliterate my mother.
Oh, okay.
But she beat me by 3 points, so I guess I didn't. Maybe next time.
Oh, true. You were.
how are you doing, Nicole?
Yeah,
How
how's
was
it
your
hanging,
week?
Nicole?
It was good. Working on my internship, so that was fun. The huge, all my classes and assignments, the paper, the podcast. The paper's going
Advertising.
good. Oh, advertising. That we're literally doing work for the podcast in. We have like an assignment where David and I and like 2 other members and I,
yeah.
we have to like kind of figure out like a better strategy of like upgrading the advertising for the Manhattan's Voice podcast, because we could choose our brand and stuff
Yeah,
like
you
that.
could choose a product to pretty much start an advertising campaign, and we decided to go with the
Yeah,
voice.
we asked you, and we're like, "Hey, can we use our Manhattan's
Yeah.
voice?" And she was like, "Oh,
She's like our biggest fan.
perfect."
She's like our
Yeah.
biggest fan.
I
We
love
love
you,
it.
Yujong.
Yujong is amazing.
By the way, big shout out to Cybreme for our.
Oh my God, this new logo.
Oh
of
my goodness gracious, I
ours.
love it.
You'll
I
see it
absolutely
soon.
adore it.
Yeah,
no.
we'll put it out soon, but it's
Yeah.
going awesome. I'm super excited about the paper because we're working really, really hard on it. We have a lot of content, it's like a lot of emails and trying to connect with people and all this stuff. I email people every single day. You're on the paper, people come up to me and I'm like, leave me alone. But then I'm like, really.
No, Nicole Miranda, I don't know what you
I don't know who that girl is.
No, you got me mistaken for someone else,
Editor
sir.
in chief, I don't think so, but it's all worth it because the first issue is gonna be awesome, and I have an interview. Well, no, we have an interview with Hank Foley on Thursday, so the day before this comes
It's
out,
gonna be big.
and then we'll keep you guys updated. But we'll talk about that more
I
later.
was to say, we have an interview for what? What are we interviewing for?
So we know David listens to us, but we have that going on, so it's gonna be exciting. A lot of good news, hopefully, and just a lot of news in general.
Hard-hitting
coming our way.
news for
yeah.
Manhattan's Voice and
True,
Globe.
yeah, true both. So just that, working, getting my life together.
That makes one of us.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty much it. So it's going well, and
Good.
I'm glad
Right
to
on.
be here with you guys.
As it should be, hopefully.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Oh, thanks, God.
I mean,
So
all about the positivity here.
yeah,
you know.
true. Going on a positive note, so the guys did a really nice thing today. They went to the No Stress event.
Oh, No Stress Tuesdays.
Yes. So it is No
Well
Stress
needed.
Tuesdays, October 1st, free hour, 26 West, room 408. This week's theme is stress, how to deal with it, find peace and stillness.
Ooh,
Okay, so
that one sounds fun.
the guys.
That's
both
well,
went
that's like
October 1st.
like next week's theme.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not the one that we
Yeah.
like
no.
that's in the future for us, but like everyone that's listening, it will like it's in the future for them too.
Yeah,
but
yeah, no, I was saying it was coming
Yeah.
up. So how was it for you guys this week?
Well, total bad communication on my part because I was waiting for Julian, and I remember I told you I went to gather coffee. Came back, he's already inside without me. I'm thinking we'd go in together,
I just
and he's already
like,
in there. So I'm like looking. I'm outside the door, and I look inside. And I was like, wait, is Julian in there? Oh, Julian's in there.
I,
Wait, where
I
was-
honestly
did you hear me creeping inside? I literally was the quietest.
I heard
I've
you,
ever
but
been.
I honestly thought that you had gotten there before me.
Yeah, no.
So I waltzed in.
you said
and
you were
weren't
on
there.
your way. You didn't tell me you were here, so I figured you never
yeah,
told me.
kind of my fault. Yeah,
It is your fault.
yeah, my bad.
But we had fun.
Yeah, it was a great event. I'm forgetting the woman's name, but there was like a small little profile about her.
I thought you were gonna say a small little lady. I was like,
No.
It was this tiny woman.
There was like a small little profile on her on like a newspaper, or not a newspaper, a poster for the No Stress Tuesdays, and I think she spent a couple of years, I think, in India,
wow.
like studying meditation or something like that.
Okay.
And like learning the practices, and it was very, very rejuvenating. And like she told us about like her sort of teachings are about like this whole 3-step process around meditation, and I think it was what purification, meditation, and then rejuvenation, I think, were the 3 steps of the process. I might be
Eat,
wrong.
pray, love. We out here. I watched Eat, Pray, Love last weekend. It
Live,
was
love,
really
I've
laugh,
never
guys.
seen that
Live,
movie.
love, laugh.
You have not seen that movie?
I feel like it's your kind of movie.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Nicole. It's hard.
I remember-
it's a Julia Roberts movie about a woman who goes to find
Travels-
herself. That's
yes.
clearly
Yeah.
a Nicole movie.
Nicole wishes
Alright.
that
I'll
she
give
was,
it a shot.
Nicole wishes that she
I'm
was
pretty
Julia
sure-
Roberts. In
Pretty sure
Eat, Pray,
James
Love.
Franco's in that, right?
Really?
Oh, well, who?
Is James Franco in that movie?
Yes.
Haha, there we go.
I didn't know that actually.
But listen.
Now we have a reason to watch it.
It was a good movie.
No, I
think
heard
you
it was
should
good,
watch
but
it.
it's definitely like your kind of movie. Like
I
Yeah,
don't know
dude.
if I should be offended.
People like Gilmore Girls doesn't mean we should watch Gilmore Girls.
That was a really good.
My mother and sister watched that show.
Yeah, me too.
I literally proven our point.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I just don't like scary movies or sad movies. I like happy.
That's why you gotta watch John Wick. 'Cause it's not scary or sad. It's just filled with people dying at the hands of Keanu
Pure
Reeves.
testosterone and puppies.
Yes,
I
that's exactly what it
I
is.
need to watch that. And I need to watch another movie too.
You
for
really
class.
should, so that you can communicate. You can
Honestly,
participate in Keanu's.
Maybe
with
this
us.
weekend. This weekend, I don't think I have.
Just go
anything
through
to
all
do,
3 of them.
So then I'll watch it.
Damn, now I kind of want to go on.
Oh.
I kind of want to go on.
Oh,
I
that's
want to
fine.
go on a John Wick marathon now. I kind of want to go on a John Wick marathon now. Do we have a beep button?
It doesn't work.
No. So bleep.
I'll fix it. Don't worry. I mean, not this.
I'm trying to curse like a sailor here, Julian.
I want to figure out how this works. But anyway, yeah, the
Meditation.
the No Stress Tuesdays. Yeah, the meditation went really well.
See, I liked her advice at the end. She was saying like, since this is your first time, like you might still have some thoughts in your head. Which me, I was literally just.
Thinking.
I was like,
Thinking
I was
about
just a
everything
machine
going
gun in my
on.
head.
Yeah.
Just, I have that. Oh, where am I going there? Oh, I'm supposed to here.
No, but like I went to yoga a couple weekends ago, and literally I had to meditate,
That's
and
so
like
hard.
I don't meditate, so it's probably easier for you because you meditate, right?
Yeah, so
he
you're a
was-
seasoned veteran. I came
yeah.
into this with a whole bag full of thoughts in my head, man.
But it takes practice
It does.
and
Yeah, it
work.
does.
And like people just think like, oh, it's like not worth it or anything. But if you like actually get into it, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's just like so relieving because you're just like calm and it's just like it takes a lot of mental power and like strength, like so you have to like pull it out of you and like channel your inner all that stuff.
your inner
Yeah.
So yeah, next week, show up if you haven't. If you're interested in learning about
Yeah.
meditation, if you're
You'll
interested
see
in
us. You'll
trying
see
it
me
out,
and Julian there.
we will be there next week. Next week's topic theme once again is stress. How to deal with it.
Wait,
Find peace
Find
in
your,
stillness.
find your center.
Find your
That's so
love
crazy
that.
because
I love that.
He's like his voice is so like mellow.
Find your center. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I
I'll try to
have-
be on time next time for sure.
Yeah, you should do that.
Wait,
But
how
I-
late were you?
like
Like 20 minutes.
No,
15
was it that long?
15ish to 20 minutes, yeah.
Because you were waiting for.
I was
Julian?
waiting for
Well,
you outside,
I
bro.
got there at like 1:05,
Wow.
1:10.
I was getting the coffee, and you hadn't given me a word yet, so I
Yeah,
kinda-
I had forgotten to text you once I got up there.
Yeah.
That was
Really
50-50. I should have.
Yeah.
I did go to grab coffee.
And
which you did
didn't
not
even-
tell me about.
He
So
didn't even get coffee because the line was too long.
The line was too long at Dunkin'. Yeah.
You could have went
That's all
anyways
good.
because you were waiting for.
it's
a
all
while.
good.
So,
We'll figure it out.
We'll do this better next
Yeah.
Next time, good communication.
Yeah.
Better communication, guys.
But yeah, if you're interested, show up next week. We will be there. It's fantastic. I like to recommend meditation to people who haven't, who at least haven't tried it, because like, I feel like you never really know. And I like kind of just happened upon meditation through like a high school retreat that I had gone on, and like
Okay.
I wouldn't have known.
Dang, man.
We didn't go on a high
Lucky
school
you.
trip.
Dang,
I
man.
wouldn't
went
have
to
known.
MetLife.
I don't think I would have known
Well,
about.
actually, that was a really bad comparison. Actually,
MetLife to where was this place?
Esopus, New York.
I don't even know where that
It's
is.
like slightly upstate.
Guys, I have
Sounds
a
like you're saying
mosquito bite
surface
on
with a
my
really
leg.
thick accent.
You have a mosquito bite on your leg. I'm sorry,
I'm scratching it.
But,
Mind over
um,
matter. Mind over matter. Come on.
but with the whole voice
Still
thing,
scratching over there. She's still scratching.
I have been told, like, people have told me that I should like do an audiobook like in the
You
past.
should, you should
And
do
I don't-
The book will be
voiceovers.
called Find Your Center.
You should, people who do
Find Your
voiceovers
Center.
make mad money, so I think you should go into that too.
I might be a voice actor, guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna think about it.
No, you could. You're like the new Morgan Freeman. Is that the right guy?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
You got the name right. Good job.
Yeah. I am smart. Maybe.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman. Like hearing him speak into your ears is like
Yeah.
always a pleasure.
My name is Morgan Freeman.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
That was better than mine, bro. All right.
Anyway, all right.
And
Our
then
second event of next week.
Our second event.
Our second event is... I don't even know where we are. Oh, there we are. Next event is the Mental Health First Aid Training on October 4th at 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. on 33rd...
5 p.m. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
What did I say, 9 a.m.?
Yeah, you said 9 a.m.
9 a.m. to 5 a.m. A whole entire day. It's on 33 West 60th Conference Room.
On
The
33 West.
NYC Department of Health will be conducting a free mental health first aid training designed to equip staff with the skills needed to help someone in a state of mental health distress. Participants will receive a 3-year certificate upon completion of the 8-hour training. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so your training certificate will be it'll be valid for 3 years.
Oh, but you got to be there for the whole entire 8 hours.
Yeah.
Wait, when is this?
This
October
is
4th.
October 4th, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Which is
What day?
a Friday, I think.
Oh, I got clay.
I think it's Friday.
Why can't they do it on?
Hold on.
It's in the
Thursday?
conference room at 33 West.
Let me verify that is
Oh, I know.
a Friday.
Oh, you ever
Yep,
you changed your phone case?
next Friday.
What happened to the painting?
I just wanted to change it up, spice it up.
I didn't even know you had a white phone.
Yeah, now I have. Yeah. Now
Oh,
it's
there's
not
that. Is that crack you were looking at when you were like this?
Yeah.
Guys,
Can you tell?
we don't have to admire the crack.
I'm gonna change my screen.
That's
maybe after this.
Never mind.
Actually,
Never mind.
maybe I'll change my screen after this.
Just put a spider web so that way you
Why
can't
you-
tell.
I don't know. I'm just being mean. I don't
We're
know.
keeping the roasting Nicole thing going.
Yeah,
Nah, this week we gotta change
this
it
is
up.
This is our last week.
Yo, let's just roast Julian the whole time.
No, we
Julian,
have
you're
one.
ugly.
Yo, nice flannel, bro.
Honestly,
Nice
though-
flannel, bro.
Nice headphones. We all have the same headphones on.
You don't have mine this time though, so
That is true. I didn't steal yours this
actually,
week.
it was actually on her port, but I took him back.
Nice.
You're not taking number 7.
Wow.
Those are his headphones.
Sharing is caring.
No, those are his headphones.
Sharing
It's an exception. David is the exception.
Camera can't see that.
Anyway, now that we're done attacking each other,
Not
let's
yet. We're not
talk
done yet,
about that climate rally.
All right, guys. So who went? Raise your hand.
And for those of you who
Just
can't see the camera, Julian's the only one raising his hand right
Yes.
now. Me and Nicole were we had previous engagements
I had
to attend.
class and I had attend.
It was,
I had
yesterday.
class.
It was yesterday.
No, it was this past Friday.
I
class
was
and a
working.
meeting.
I was slinging out vans. Sorry.
Um,
Can I get vans?
Yeah, let me know.
uh,
I mean, no. What? No. Officially, I cannot get you vans. Sorry.
I'll just give you the $50. That
Nope.
vans
I
cost.
can't. Nope. Still can't get it for you. Sorry about that.
what was I gonna say? I did have classes on Fridays, but like
You skipped
I
them?
was doing my civic duty
Wow.
to practice.
skipped school?
I was practicing my right to protest, to peaceful protest, and I marched down to
You sound like you
Foley
practiced
Square.
his speech over here.
Standing up
marched
for his point.
I marched down to Foley Square, stood in the heat with about 250,000 people.
There
And
were that
then
many people there.
just in New York.
Holy smokes! I didn't know that.
It was
This
amazing.
is
And
That's
like Woodstock.
worldwide. So there were strikes in every continent, including Antarctica.
Wow.
I mean, I doubt there were. That
I mean,
many
there were
people
probably
there.
like 5 people
Yeah.
there, but
This is. We're tired of this.
they were also striking in Antarctica.
Good for
But
them.
the global estimate is 4 million people.
That's
so,
awesome. And how many people are
We
around
are
the
the
world?
world.
I
We
mean,
are
the world
children.
population is over 7 billion, but
Wow.
still, like
That's still a lot.
that's almost
That's like a small country.
that's what, like almost 1%, right?
Yeah. I think so.
10. It's like point. It's like
come on, Rain
almost.
Man. You got it. Come on, Rain Man.
Hold on. Hold on.
Calculating.
I'm really struggling.
It's fine, bro. It's fine.
It's
a certain percentage
I just want
of
to get
the-
it right. Hold on.
David's right. It's a certain percent. So meaning a lot of people.
One.
To my calculations, that's a lot of
lot.
people.
So it's
Jinx, Minnesota.
yeah, it's almost 0.1% of the global.
Oh, that was my
population.
next guess.
Yeah.
Darn, man.
Almost.
I was gonna say 0.13, but What can you do?
Yeah. Anyway,
We'll get them next time, guys.
it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm jealous that you got to go.
It was like I was a little like thrown off because Jaden and Willow Smith were there.
Did you see him?
And
Did you see
they,
them?
yeah, they like performed on the stage because we walked down from Foley Square to Battery Park.
Probably trying to get like more people to come out.
And there was, well, I don't know if they were announced to be there.
Oh.
And there were like, we marched down to the stage that was set up in Battery Park. And after like some speakers went on, like they performed, which like I know that they're like activists. Like I know that Jaden Smith is, and I'm assuming Willow is as well.
Did she perform that hair song?
No.
Bro, I was just thinking about that. I was just like,
That's
that's the only
No.
song.
That's
and
her only song.
I don't think that's her brand anymore.
And
She's mellowed out a lot.
growing up, I would listen to that song religiously.
I hated that song.
I
hated
don't
that
even know.
song.
I liked it for a certain
hated
amount of
that song.
time.
And now I just listen to Rico Nasty. Like, it's just like.
Oh, by the way, how was Daniel Caesar, by the way?
Oh,
Oh, okay. That good, huh? Sorry. Jesus.
So.
All
Sorry
right,
to
short
interrupt.
short
Well,
intermission
well,
on the climate change.
Sorry. I was curious.
No, that's
okay,
fine.
so I went to the Daniel Caesar concert.
That's why I asked.
Myself. Okay, so it was the first time I ever went to a concert before, and I get there literally. I stayed at school like all day until around like 7:45 because like doors supposedly opened at like 8, and
I thought you said Dora for a second. I was really confused.
Not doors.
Doors opening up for Daniel Caesar.
What's it called?
¿Dónde está Daniel Caesar?
Aquí. Anyway,
Sorry, that was the funniest thing ever. But so, it's literally like so close. It was at Radio City Hall, so I
Oh,
could have
yeah.
literally walked there, but of
I've
course
never seen a show there.
Really, it's.
I don't think I've
huge.
ever said.
My
foot in
mom-
there.
I saw the Christmas Spectacular like 1999.
My mom graduated from Radio City Hall because she went to FIT. So then, like,
What? They graduated
They
out
do
of
their
Radio
graduations
City?
there?
NYU graduated.
Where do we
last
graduate
year.
from?
Old Westbury.
Old Westbury.
Oh, so it's closer than me, I guess. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. You won't have to go far.
Yeah. Sorry.
I don't know about that. I'd rather go to.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'd rather be at like MSG or like.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I went and literally I thought like I was gonna have to wait a really long line for some reason, but once I got there I was crossing the street and then I took a picture of like starring Daniel Caesar or whatever, and then I literally got inside like 5 seconds in, and then I went to my seat and I wasn't up top, I was like in the main, like in the
General admission.
no, it wasn't general admission, everything is seats. Had seats because it's
I can't imagine
You were on
going.
the floor?
Yeah, I was on the floor.
I can't imagine going to a concert with seats.
So, but my
Like-
seat was awesome.
I saw Star Wars in concert, and that was in
Well,
seats. That was kind of cool. And
no,
the,
but I mean,
the
like,
Eagles were in seats too. I saw the Eagles in MSG, and they were all sitting down.
I guess if it's a stadium, but I mean, like,
No young group is gonna have sitting seats.
Yeah.
Or artist.
yeah, but I guess that's kind of an exception.
Well, whatever.
You bring it later. You bring it later.
Bruh. I'm kidding. But I got there and my seat was in like section C or something like that, or like the row C. But then I literally sat in row G, and then some lady,
Why?
she came because I don't know how to read. So some girl came up.
That's
She's
our
like,
editor in chief right there.
I think like that's my seat, and I'm like, yeah, it is your seat.
Oh,
So then I had to move up.
man.
I moved up
But
though,
isn't that
so I was
good?
just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, that's just so awkward. I hate that.
but I don't care, whatever. And then like the first act was Coffee. I don't know. I think she's like maybe Jamaican. I don't know. Her like music.
Jamaican coffee, heard.
No, it's like okay, well, whatever. The opening act happened for like 45 minutes.
How were
and
they?
It was good. I only knew one song of.
Oh,
hers.
I know who you're talking about.
It's like a really popular song. I don't know how it
I
goes.
doubt I'll know it.
I think I know who you're
I'll
talking
show you
about.
after, but we don't want to get copyrighted or anything like that. So probably wouldn't.
We're not monetized.
Yeah, true. So then I went. Oh well, it was like 10 minutes into the show, and I was just sitting there. It was so awkward. The lights were all on, and I was by myself, and I was just like, people are probably like, I feel like people stare. So then I'm like, people are probably staring. Like, why is this girl alone?
At a concert,
At a
You
they're
mean
staring at a person sitting next to
I
them,
don't
not
know,
the
no.
person on stage performing.
But no, the
Uh-huh.
person, no one was
what's-
listening
what's
to
she
them.
doing?
What's her deal?
Shut up. So then I just got up because I was gonna go get merch. So I got the merch.
How
I got,
crazy expensive was the merch?
I got 2 shirts and they're pretty expensive.
You bought 2 shirts?
I've never heard of anyone doing 2 shirts before.
Now you have.
Only our
So-
editor in chief.
Her first show, she buys 2 shows. What an amateur!
Exactly.
What an amateur,
So
man!
that's why I bought it. So
I always get the parking lot shirts. They're always way better.
Honestly, though,
There was no parking lot.
I know that's the thing. Like, there's no really option for you.
Exactly.
I've been to 2 concerts in the past, and like
Who was it?
one was Peach Pit in Baby's All Right in Brooklyn, and the other was Wet at Brooklyn Steel.
That's their name.
Yeah, they're the band.
Hello, we are wet.
No, they're amazing.
No, I'm sure. It's just an odd
they're
name.
great.
Opening up for
honestly,
them is moist,
one of-
followed by damp.
Yo, we got some jokes today, guys.
I'm on fire. I'm just bringing them out.
they're
some
honestly one of my favorite bands.
No, check them out for sure. Send me some songs. I'll put them in.
shout
I'll put them
out
in the meat and
to-
potatoes playlist.
Shout out to Joey and Kelly on Wet. I don't know if they're ever gonna see this, but I love them.
Come on the show, please. Wet.
Man, if Kelly came on the show, I'd probably pass out. But anyway.
There we go. Right on. If Slayer
All right,
came on, I'd probably
let
pass
me
out
just
too.
finish my story. My story
Okay.
time.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
we're-
didn't finish your story?
I didn't finish my story.
Okay.
Okay, you went to merch. I figured the show was over.
So, no. So I bought the 2 shirts.
Nice
and-
shirts.
Yeah, they're nice shirts.
I saw one of them. I didn't know there was another one, but
At home, there's another one. Yeah.
I gotta see these later.
Yeah. So I bought the 2 shirts, and then the first act was still opening, and well, like still doing that stuff, and then they stopped, and then I went back to my seat, my correct seat, and then I sat down. I was chilling. I was waiting. I was like, okay, on my phone by myself, and then the freaking lights went off, and then he started, and then like there was like lights flashing everywhere. I thought I was gonna become blind, but it was okay because it was awesome. I wanted to cry. There was times that like my eyes got teary because like it was just so beautiful, and it was so cool because
that music hits you. And
yeah,
you're like,
it just hits your soul, and you're just like it's like a feel good music. Like
A friend of mine saw Frank Ocean, and he said he like cried. I'm just like, yeah, I can see why. I can
Yeah.
see why. I can see why.
you guys are probably gonna be mad at me, but
Especially about thinking about you.
I've probably only heard like 2 Frank Ocean songs.
You should.
Get up.
I mean, don't get me
Get
wrong.
up
I'm not
and get
I'm not a
up.
gargantuan Frank Ocean hit, but I know the hits for sure.
Yeah.
He's a very talented artist,
Yeah, true. So
I
definitely
just-
listen.
I don't know.
Your homework.
and his verse
is
on "Oldie" is
listening.
my favorite.
So I literally for one song I recorded it the whole thing, and it came out to like 4 minutes, and my arm was
I
like
hate that. I
my
hate
arm
that.
was like up there, and I was like I just need it. Just like I'm probably never gonna watch it again.
I just need the whole thing.
Dude, when I saw the Eagles, they played Hotel California, and that's like a 6-minute song. I was like, you know what? I want every second of it, baby. I want every second
And
of
then
it.
you look back and you're just like I'm never gonna.
I'm never gonna watch this. I
again.
watch that when I'm like drunk and I hear the song. I was like, oh, I love Hotel California.
No, but it was nice. It was a lot of good songs. He was up there for like an hour or so, and then he literally left stage, and I was like, "That's it." And I'm like, never been to a concert before, so I'm like, "This is how short concerts are." And then they were like, "Oh no, he's probably gonna come back for encore."
They're literally all these artists are literally contractually obligated to do.
for
Really?
encore.
I remember I saw Blink-182. They're like, all right, we're gonna leave the stage and we're gonna contractually be obligated to come back on the stage and perform an encore. We'll be right back.
I didn't know that was a thing.
When have you ever gone to a? I mean, you've been to 2, but like every show you go to, there's always an encore.
Not every show.
I've never been to a show where there's never been an encore.
I've been to maybe 2 that haven't had encores.
Oh wait, didn't you just say you've only been to 2?
No.
Oh.
I've been to more than 2
Oh,
concerts.
okay. I'm sorry.
I was just
Yeah, I thought you said that you were only.
no.
Yeah, you mean-
I was talking about 2 shows specifically because like I one of them I made the mistake of like stopping and buying a vinyl record first, like outside of the concert hall. And I stashed the vinyl behind a garbage can, and it was still there at the end of the concert.
Hell yeah, bro.
You gonna bring it in?
I could bring it in, but like I didn't want to stand at the barricade with, because like we were in the very front, so I didn't want to stand with that like with a vinyl in my hand. So I stashed, and like no one wanted to hold on to it. Like they said they like weren't allowed to hold on to stuff like behind the bar or whatever.
Yeah.
So
You gotta have a vinyl night with you and me, man.
I
we should do
stashed
some
it.
vinyl soon.
Yeah. I got 2 more actually. I'll talk
What'd you
about
get?
that in a second. I stashed behind a garbage can and it was still there after. That was sick. And actually the Wet concert at Brooklyn Steel, they were saying that
I'm sorry. He's looking at me smiling. I'm just like, yes, go on, go on.
they were saying that merch was like kind of already like on the way out. Like it was like starting to sell out before the concert even
just
started.
a wash.
So I was like, okay, I need to get a vinyl. So I got it, and I was holding it at the barricade. The
I
whole
never
concert.
bought a vinyl at a concert just because it's just
It's
definitely
a
overpriced.
task.
Like,
It's a task.
like $25
that
for, like,
concert was
a
also
patch.
that concert was also the same night of like the most recent like big snowstorm in New York City. So that was
the cyclone bomb.
bomb cyclone whatever. Yeah.
All right, let me finish the story.
You're not done?
We're still on this, and we're still on the.
And we're still on intermission from the climate
All
rally.
right, let me finish then.
Wrap it up.
Hurry
Wrap it
up.
up.
So
Wrap it
then
up, sister.
At the end of all of these wonderful songs,
Plays
that he
encore and
played,
finished. All right,
he
Julian.
played encore, and I was screaming. There was one point that he told everybody to like take their like flashlights out, and it everybody had their phones out, and it was so bright in there. Like all the lights were turned on, but it was just because everybody had their flashlights on. It was awesome. It was a great experience. I'm so glad I went by myself because I didn't have to like make sure like the whomever was
Cater to
with
other
me.
people.
Yeah. I didn't want that, so then I'm glad I went by myself. I was singing, and all the videos that I took, I'm literally singing in the background, screeching. I'm like,
10
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
I've learned my lesson not to sing while I'm recording.
well, I don't care because I was singing. I was like, oh my god. But it was a good time. And then right when I got out, when I knew that he was like off of the stage, I left my seat and then I walked out of the doors, and then there was a taxi there. I got in the taxi and then I went to the girl's house to dorm. Like
That was the important part of the story right there.
Yeah.
That was definitely the most important part.
I got up out of my seat. I walked outside, opened the door, and then I hailed a taxi.
So then, yeah, it was a really great experience. I am.
As far as you didn't
forever-
drink,
Congrats.
I've never gone to a concert by myself and not gotten just bombed.
Really?
I mean, we're not like legal
Oh,
age,
sorry.
so yeah.
I forget that, guys. I'm sorry. I forget I'm old.
You're the only one here.
You guys make me feel so comfortable in my age. I just forget how old I am.
Yeah.
I hate you.
We don't judge you here.
All right, so going back to the climate rally.
I have to talk about the two
wait.
vinyl records that I got
All right,
first.
two vinyls
Yeah.
and then the climate change.
I got two more.
rally.
I got two more Journey albums.
Wow, cool.
Infinity and Escape. Escape is probably my favorite Journey album.
I don't know the album, but I know that Open Arms and Faithfully are like my favorite Journey songs
That's. I think those are both Frontiers, but I have that one too.
ever. Okay, well,
so.
yeah, I love Faithfully. It's like my favorite
A
song.
lot of people do.
That's a great song.
It's an amazing song.
I'm
Anyway.
forever you, faithfully.
And Steve Perry,
It's ugly.
Steve Perry era Journey was at its peak.
Sure.
Like, oh my god.
80s
Anyway.
excess, baby.
Anyway, back to the climate change rally. Right here in post, I will put footage that I
Ta-da.
got of Greta Thunberg speaking.
Oh, that's how you say it?
I think it's
That was
Thunberg.
Thunberg.
Some people say like
I'm sure I'm wrong. I'm
Thunberg.
sure
I don't
I'm
know.
wrong, yeah.
But footage here.
It is my honor to introduce Greta Thunberg. Hello, New York City.
Okay, welcome back.
Wow, look at this awesome footage.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the clip.
Can I do something and then like you like follow?
Not
my
yet.
motion?
Not yet, not yet,
I
yeah.
can't put the energy into
Maybe our new guys
I
can.
can't. Maybe.
Fingers crossed, too. Welcome to the team, by the way.
Yeah. We won't name you guys.
Yeah,
but,
I was about to, but I thought they
we'll-
probably don't want to be.
We'll figure that
Not
out.
yet.
But
We'll ask you tomorrow, guys. Right now, while you're ending this, we're gonna ask you.
Greta Thunberg, however you say her last name. I'm so
Thunberg.
sorry.
Thunberg,
but
Thunberg,
she
Thunberg.
is-
Ay.
If you don't know who she is by now, she is a 16-year-old Swedish, I believe.
If you haven't seen her all over Instagram yet.
Climate change activist.
Oh yeah.
And she's really notable because she like popularized this whole Fridays for Future movement, where like kids will, not just kids, but like students in general will skip school on Fridays, like to advocate for climate action. And
That's
that's
why I was
sick.
on
She's
Friday.
she's been
All right,
doing
so I'm
that
not
for
going to my Friday class.
she's been doing that for a couple months now, I think.
How old is she?
She's 16.
What? I
She
thought she was like.
looks so
I thought she was like
young.
11. Are you
She's
serious?
Yeah,
She's
she
16.
was-
She's
She's
just
16.
She's very
I thought
small.
she was like 11 to 10.
She's
What?
very small,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
She's petite.
And like
Petite.
Greta is a very like small person, and
Yeah.
it's like
Petite person.
especially seeing
Petite
her
person.
especially seeing her on stage, like she's like even smaller. Like I wasn't super close, but I could also tell that she was just like a small person, but like she just speaks with like such power.
She
and
really
like,
is passionate whenever she
Yeah,
speaks.
she's-
I thought it was an act, but people are like,
She's like a huge inspiration. It's
crazy, man.
Like if people that young can like just do all this stuff to like advocate for change, like imagine what all of us can do.
Me at 16, you couldn't even ask me to get out of bed at
Man, what
7,
was I
let
doing at
alone
16?
run an event and not go to. I mean, I'll not go to school on Friday at 16. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But for the wrong reason.
Yeah, exactly.
But
But
yeah,
that's
it was
awesome.
Good
it
for
was
her. Yeah, it's really nice to see.
the whole rally was amazing.
I should have went. Now I feel like a jabroni for not going.
The turnout. There are gonna be more rallies.
Very
I don't
good.
go to school on Friday. That's the thing. So I'm already off. I'm working on Friday.
Yeah.
Well,
eh.
if you're committed.
Well,
Listen,
just-
boss,
just-
I'm out of here.
Just scream your support from the stockroom events.
Yeah.
But
While boxes are falling on my head, and I'm furious.
yeah, I had an amazing time. I'm really
Glad.
glad that I went. I'm really
Did
glad
you
that
record your route?
my route.
The route you took?
Not the whole walk. I took a lot of pictures along the way, but that one clip of
We'll
Greta
post them.
talking.
You should put those on the Instagram
Maybe.
because
Maybe.
we haven't posted. We gotta post some other content.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm glad to be off topic. Sorry.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
We gotta get some social media popping.
Yeah, we're figuring that out though.
We got his name.
Other than that, we were going to discuss the update that President Foley sent out about
President Fogey.
the
Sounds very
what was
official.
the subject line of the email? Like update on
The expansion
expansion,
of
yeah.
NYIT. Look how mosquito bites.
leave it alone.
Yeah, dude. It's
Leave it
like
alone.
Scabbing.
Leave it
on-
alone.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
literally
I
Leave it
scabbing.
alone.
on-
Slashed
Put your foot
it.
down. Leave it alone.
I'm putting my foot down. Right. Put your foot down.
Anyway,
That was me
Nikki,
putting
do
my
you
foot
wanna start about that?
Yeah, sure.
Our
So,
fearless leader.
basically, in this email that Foley had sent out, he explained, the benefits of NYIT expanding to a different location in the New York City metropolitan area. He didn't specifically say where it will be, but he said it'll be in like a range of 3 miles. Who knows where he will make his final decision. He was just going over a brief overview about how when we expand, that there would be more financial aid, more opportunities, more, a greater outcome for NYT. I get his point. I truly do. But as a student, I wanted more information than just that. But definitely this coming Thursday, which is the day after this podcast releases,
Day before.
Day
Day before.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Day before this podcast releases, David, Julian, and I are going to interview Foley for the Manhattan Globe newspaper to talk to him and
We're
try
gonna
to...
outnumber him and we're
Yeah.
gonna say it was good.
Yeah, was good. What happened?
We're here. We're here.
You wanted us? We're here. No, he didn't want us. But we're there anyways, and we're going to...
Very excited.
We're excited because we're going to finally have like a sit-down 1-on-3, I
Three
guess.
on one.
3
That's-
on
that's
1.
usually how it goes.
No, you can imagine we're not there.
And
Now
I-
we're emotional support.
I want to have, yeah, true. I want to have it more as a discussion between the president of NYIT with, I don't want to just say I'm like an editor-in-chief of the school newspaper or I'm like for the podcast. I'm a student.
You're an NYT Manhattan student who wants to know the truth.
Yes, I'm a student and I want to know more about what's happening to my future because I'm a person that goes to NYIT, a student here, and I deserve to know. And I feel like there's a lot of information that's missing. And I hope that when we interview him on Thursday, we'll get more information. So definitely whoever listens and whoever watches, stay tuned in to find out more about what's happening. But, I want to go into this meeting with the guys and, not just like obviously attack him because that's not the proper way to interview someone.
What's your problem?
Why'd you do this? But more of like a calm, collective understanding.
an adult conversation.
An adult conversation because although I'm a student, I'm not a child. I'm not 16 years old. We're students who
She's
pay
not petite.
Maybe. I'm a student and I pay tuition and I deserve to know. And, information is necessary. I want to know what's happening. Although I know some, but I want to know and broadcast it to the public, which meaning like NYC students, whether if it's on the podcast, well, it's going to be on the podcast and it's going to be about in the newspaper. So definitely check that out. We're trying to get our the Manhattan Globe first issue is in the works right now. So that definitely will be, arriving soon for you guys.
Very soon.
Stay tuned, y'all.
Stay tuned. But so that's like my thoughts about this interview coming up. What are your thoughts, Julian?
I want to run it like as professionally as possible. I mentioned earlier, like we can reference other like really like well done interviews that like might have shown up on the news or anything like that.
I did some homework tonight.
Yeah, you have homework to do. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm just hoping that we can get as much information as possible to like share with other people through the newspaper or through the podcast, just to like update them about what's going on, just to help out the student body.
Yeah. So. And what about you, Julian? I mean, David.
I'm David. Nice to meet you. I'm like
Damien?
I'm nervous but excited. I'm like nerve-sighted, I guess.
Okay, sure.
But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this is a once in a lifetime thing. You don't really get this opportunity a lot. So.
Yeah, you don't get to talk to your
I've never even met
president.
a president of my school. And this is my second. I didn't even know the name of my last president. So I mean, this is good.
I've never
This is a
formally
crazy
met
event.
him, so it's gonna.
Neither have I.
Yeah, so
Neither
it's
have
never gonna be a true experience.
In the welcoming email I got when I got accepted into the school, that's the only time I've ever seen that guy. Literally.
And all the other emails behind, but not personally.
So I'm definitely pumped for you and pumped for all of us that we are gonna be able to be a part of it.
Yeah, this is a wonderful opportunity, and we're definitely excited to share it with you guys, whoever's listening, watching, because
Manhattan's voices on the job, baby.
Yay. And we definitely, our next episode will probably, talking about what happened in the meeting. So you guys, are informed of what we went through, details.
Give you the spicy deets.
Yeah, definitely. And then also it'll be in the paper. So check that out.
Yeah, the majority of it will probably be in the paper.
Yeah. So it's going good. And I'm excited. I am actually a little nervous.
You're nerve-sided?
Nerve-sided, I guess, because, not everybody, like you said, not everybody gets to just do this, talk to, the person in charge of your institution.
The head honcho, yeah.
Yeah, and especially on campus, we don't really see him a lot, so, getting this opportunity to actually, have...
This doesn't come every day.
Yeah, getting the chance to, meet him and have him, interview him is a great opportunity.
The fact we even got it was
Yeah.
Crazy news.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity, Mr. President.
If you're listening. So,
hopefully.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we got for you guys this week. So.
Anything in Keanu's this week?
Not that I've heard of.
He's laying low this week.
I think so.
He heard that we were talking about him, so he wanted to keep quiet.
He's got a couple things still in the works.
I'm still excited for Bill and Ted 3.
Bill and Ted 3.
Have you guys watched Bill and Ted 1 and 2 yet? No?
I haven't. I
Get on that.
Cyberpunk 2077, which I'm still so hyped for, but it's April of next year.
Oof, what?
Yeah.
I thought it was in
really
Christmas season.
No.
It's holy moly.
We
got
spring
time.
It's spring 2020.
Jesus.
But
I'll play it on I'll play it on spring break.
The more time
I pray the Lord for Cyberpunk to come out earlier.
The more time that they take on it, the better it'll be.
Yeah, you want to taste the forbidden fruit.
CD Projekt Red is a great studio. They put
Project
out
Red?
good stuff. CD Projekt Red.
What's the new Xbox coming out? Project Scarlet or something like that?
Yeah. It's Xbox.
You're PS4, right?
Yeah.
I am too, but
I'm Nintendo DS.
DC, that's my
DS.
favorite one.
Shut up.
Nintendo David Contreras. Yeah, any updates on what we're doing this week and all? Anything planned, guys? Anything planned for this weekend besides the interview of the century?
Honestly, just doing homework and catching up.
Yeah,
with stuff,
just work.
working.
Let's hope we can get some sleep this week, guys.
Honestly,
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, same.
Okay, let's
thing.
get
We all got some bags going.
I know tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be getting a little extra Z's, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It must be nice.
You'll feel it next week.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll rotate back and forth. But
Yeah, I think we're...
Wait, can you just say find your center one more time before we close it out? Can you say find your center one more time before we close it out?
Find your center.
And that'll do it.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned in for next week's episode. It's gonna be good, nice and juicy.
Should be, yeah.
Because we're gonna have a lot of information for you guys, and all we know is what you guys will know. If that
Well
makes
said.
That was good.
Yeah?
That was really good.
Tongue
Yeah.
twister. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Try saying that 5 times faster.
Okay.
Just
I mean, I guess.
listen. Just find your center.
All right, guys. Thanks
Find
for
your
tuning
center.
in. I'm Nicole Miranda,
My name's Julie West.
And my name is David.
and this is Manhattan's Voice.
Just David.
Okay. And this is Manhattan's Voice. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend.
Keep on
or
rocking in the
week.
free world, yo.
Bye.
See you guys next week. Bye-bye.